Hey guys, Jordan from Condo here. Today I wanted to walk you through a quick update on the Gehry condo site because the launch is upon us. We are looking at a summer of 2022 launch on this project. So I wanted to go through some of the recent changes to the development application, give you an idea of what to expect on the project. All right, so first things first, just to get our bearings here. If you haven't seen this model before, anything in pink is planned or approved, and anything in the blue color is already under construction. Now, obviously, Gehry doesn't need much of an introduction. Everyone kind of already knows a lot about this project. Directly across, it's on fronting on King, directly across the street from Roy Thompson Hall. That's Ed Mervish Way there. And then you can see here you've got both the east and the west tower here. And then of course you have Theater Park and another proposal here that I will get to shortly. Just kind of scoot around the building here, give you an idea of the architecture. Obviously very unique. And you're looking at 84 stories and 74 stories. Now, quick disclaimer here, I do not speak for nor represent the developer, in this case, Great Gulf, okay? I'm just a guy who sells pre-construction condos, okay? Everything I'm showing you is based on publicly available documentation submitted to the city in order to get a condo approval. This far in advance of a condo launch, you're not gonna get marketing materials, prices, floor plans, that kind of thing. So I'm just gonna show you ahead of time, that way you know what to expect when the launch is upon us, hopefully this summer. So like I said, you are right across the street from Roy Thompson Hall, 2 buildings in total, designed by Frank Gehry, obviously 84 and 74 stories with a total of 2,034 units. They also have a fair component of retail, as well as they have a few floors of office, and I'll get into that shortly. And then I'll talk about pricing towards the end of the video because I know that's why a lot of you are here. So just to talk about how the plans have morphed and changed over time. So I've been waiting on this one for a long time, like a lot of us have been. This was sort of one of the most early proposals of the building. Incredibly funky. I have no idea what the floor plans would have looked like in this instance, but obviously the plans change and morph over time. And then this was the next rendition we saw. And then of course we have what is today's proposal, the most workable in my opinion, still a landmark building. Like this is still really unique by worldwide standards, but especially by Toronto standards where we have relatively bland architecture. This is anything but your standard cookie cutter commodity project. And you can see here, it has those sort of mirrored, it has both glass facades and this sort of mirrored facade, which I think will look somewhat similar to the reflective aluminum panels that Gehry has on his building in France, the Arles building, which I'll cut to a quick clip of here so you can get an idea of what I think the facade may or may not look like. But it's definitely mirrored, so it's going to be reflective. It's going to catch the sun in really interesting ways. So the exterior, this is going to be a landmark building that stands out from all the rest of them. And here's just a quick rendering from future model TO to show the previous proposal to the new proposal. So I like the new proposal better because the floor plans are going to be much more livable, much more workable. You're going to have less wasted space, that kind of thing. But you can still see it's super unique compared to what we see in Toronto currently. And then of course you also get some perspective with this massing model of Theater Park. So Theater Park is an existing building by Brad Lamb. I'm sure you all know it. It's a very popular building, one of the best performing resale buildings in our city. And I'm going to cut to a quick clip of Theater Park right now so you can get an idea and some context to the scope and size of the Gehry Towers. And then of course you also directly to the east of Theater Park, we also have a proposal there from Dream Office REIT and Humboldt Properties for an 80-story mixed-use building. So it'll have commercial, office, and retail, and then it'll have residential rentals, 569 units of residential rental on the higher floors. So here's a site plan looking top down. You can see the West Tower and the East Tower with Ed Mervish Way in between the two. The unit breakdown, and again, this is just early proposal. This could change, but currently the unit breakdown based on the architectural plans is 237 studios with an average size of about 430 square feet, 1,025 one-bed and one-bed dens with an average size of just under 600 square feet, 552 beds with an average size of just under 900 square feet, and 222 three bedrooms. Now in the East Tower, the average size of the 3 bedrooms and larger shows 950 square feet. And in the West building, the average size of those 3 bedrooms is showing at 1,280 square foot. So you're going to see some of the larger units on the higher floors in the West building. Naturally, as you move up the building, you're going to see larger and larger floor plans, especially on those more desirable exposures and views. And in total, the current architectural plans is showing 385 parking spaces. So just like a lot of the launches we're seeing downtown these days, limited parking going to be probably relegated to the larger suites. So here's a ground floor shot of the East and West buildings. The residential lobbies are both fronting on King. So you can see residential lobby in the East Tower, residential lobby in the West Tower here. And then you also see 2 retail spaces in the West Tower, both again fronting on King, and then one retail space in the East Tower, fronting on King as well. So in the East Tower, you can see where 263, so just shy of 3,000 square feet of OCAD University is. And then on the 5th level of the building, you get to your first full floor of amenities. Again, this is in the East building. You have a full floor of sort of the health club amenities. So a massive weight room and cardio room, a little spin studio, and you've got the health club there. And then when you head up to the 6th, you have another full floor of amenities in the East building, some outdoor terraces there for seating. And then you have probably the largest lounge and party room combination I've ever seen in a building, a full floor of it. And then in the East Tower, the residences start on the 7th floor and head up from there. And then we're going to head over to the West building. So on the 2nd, 3rd floor, and really all the way up to the 10th floor, you have commercial office space. And then on the 11th floor, you have a full floor of amenities, and you have a massive outdoor terrace on the north side. And then on the south side of the building, you have an outdoor pool. Now, it'll be interesting to see if the outdoor pool is a shared amenity between the two buildings. But again, I don't speak for the developer and I don't want to make any assumptions here. So we will see on that. It's worth noting there are a ton of amenity spaces across the two buildings. In total, 38,000 square feet of indoor amenities split between the two buildings, roughly equally split. And then 14,000 square feet of outdoor amenity, which is primarily in the West Tower. And then on the 12th level of the West building, you also get basically a full floor of indoor health club. Then you head up to the 13th level, and from that level all the way to the top, you have your residences. So to talk on pricing, again, I don't speak for the developer. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. These are purely my assumptions and educated guesses based on what I see currently selling today. Developers don't provide forward guidance on what they think prices are going to be this far in advance of a launch. Typically, you get a heads up a month or a few weeks before launch about where they think prices are going to be. If you're on my email list for this project, you're going to get that before anybody else does. You can go ahead and sign up at the link in the description, and I'll keep you updated as we get closer to the launch. But I can make some educated guesses here, and I know people are going to email me if I don't provide some educated guesses. So let's roll with some assumptions. Look, this is not your commodity cookie cutter project. This is a landmark building. This is designed by a world-renowned architect, and we have a few other projects like that in Toronto that are currently selling pre-construction that we can look at to get an idea of where we think prices would line up, right? So a few quick examples here. You have Concord Sky on Yonge selling north of $2,000 a square foot for a one bedroom. You have Bjark's King Toronto, which is the closest by proximity, right in the entertainment district, and it's also designed by a world-renowned architect, right? And you're looking at about $2,100 to $2,200 a square foot there. You have United Building on University, which is $2,000 a foot on low floors, and on high floors is all the way up to $2,800 a square foot. And if you look at sort of the more cookie cutter commodity projects that have launched in the last couple of months in Toronto, they're north of $1,600 a foot, right? So I think it's safe to say with pretty much as close as you can get to 100% certainty that there's no way that the Gehry condos launch south of $2,000 a foot, in my opinion. I would be shocked to see a launch below that price point. And $2,000 a foot means your one bedrooms are starting north of $1 million without question. That is what I think makes sense for this building when you look at the other projects, the other sort of landmark projects that are currently selling. Again, I don't speak for the developer, so if you want to get the pricing and plans when this project launches pre-public, go ahead, sign up the link in the description, and I will keep you updated as we go along. And if you want to talk about this project in a little more detail, you can go to precondo.ca/call, and you can book a call with me to talk pre-construction condos in Toronto. And that is it for this video, guys. I will see you guys next video.